Yeah, well, my name is William Fitzsimmons. Um, I come from Illinois in America, and I'm a very boring folk musician. That's probably a good introduction, right? That's a good. I mean, it was different. I guess is a good way to say it. They were and they are wonderful parents. We had our issues, and like anybody does with their mom and dad, and um, sometimes it was really hard uh, because you know we didn't have a car, and we never went anywhere, and um, when it's different communicating with someone with a disability, because there's certain things that you can't understand about each other. I don't know what it's like for my mother to wake up and not be able to see, and she doesn't know what it's like for me to to have to deal with the visual world. So but you know but they taught us, my brother and I, how to be you know have responsible people, and they taught us how important music was, and I'm very grateful for that stuff. I don't know, man. I think I was pretty messed up, and I um, you know I think a lot of times that when there's something, there's a need that you feel, that you put yourself in a job or in a position that can meet that need, you know and sometimes it's cool and sometimes it's unhealthy, and I think it was a little unhealthy for me at first because I felt like I needed therapy, and so I was drawn to the field. So it took a lot for me to kind of get myself put together before I was ready to help other people. I think that's really where the motivation came from to pursue that as something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I like to think that the songs themselves are therapeutic, and we use a word in counseling. We use the word catharsis, and it means to go through an experience that um, it's to go through like a powerful experience, um, in order to change, in order to get to a new place, to make movement, and the songs to me are cathartic. They're therapeutic, and I feel like I can find some sort of understanding and some healing when I make them and when I play them. But more than that, I want other people to feel that too. It was never meant to be a CD, really, which is why it's awful. You know, um, no, I wanted I needed a way to get some things out. It's like I mentioned when I was in graduate school, finishing up to be a counselor, to be a therapist, and I had to get a lot of stuff out that was bothering me, and that was stopping me from finishing, from getting to the place I needed to be. So the songs were like a vehicle to remove that pain, sort of. Yeah, that was kind of the in between. I was at that point. I had almost made the decision that music was going to be what I would do, and I would pursue that. And that was supposed to be the final removal of my past. It was supposed to be me saying, all right, I'm going to deal with all of it. This one thing, my whole family situation, everything I went through as a kid and everything, and just dump it out and get rid of it and move on. And it didn't happen that way. Things actually got a lot worse after that, but that was it was something that I had to do. And if I went back, I don't know that I would make that record again, because I think it ended up doing more harm to me than it did good. But I believe that we should deal with those things that are inside of us that are dark, but you can go too far with that, and I went too far. The songs on the Sparrow and the Crow, they were, to me, they were the most important songs that I've ever done, and they were the closest to my, to myself and everything. And I didn't feel like on my own I could make the songs as I had to make them. I had to make them a certain way, and I was to the point where at home I couldn't make them sound how I wanted them to. I wanted them to be as close to perfect as I could get, and we never get to perfect. But I was in a really weird place at the time when I wrote it. I was kind of homeless. I was we had to sell the house, and I was living with other people and like crashing on my friends' couches and floors and moving around and everything. And yeah, I don't really know where I was at the time. I don't think about that too much anymore, really, but it gives me peace that positive things came out of it. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you're asking, but it was letting go. It was saying the last things that I needed to my ex-wife, and it was moving on. That's the step it was. I mean, I don't know what step it is musically, but this record wasn't about a musical thing. It was supposed to be a message. Never, nothing happy or yeah, of course. I think I'm moving in that direction. I don't know where I'll be when I write the next one, and I don't like to plan it out too, because I want it to be like more organic, like really natural, But yes, I plan on definitely writing more, more joy and more love and less, sadness and divorce and all that crap. I want to move away from that stuff for sure. Yeah.